about specifically how you guys responded to that?
I mean, we talked about it at halftime, when they got down, because I thought, and I told our guys this, I thought they had a lot of really good looks in the first half that didn't go down for them. Certainly in the fourth, those corner threes, they made them all. They missed some late at the top, but I thought they had good looks. And some of our defense was good, too. I don't want to take anything away from our guys, but we talked about, some of the threes there and felt like they were going to be a lot more aggressive. And that's generally what happens when teams get down. You come in and try to make a statement and a push right away. I think we knew it was coming. I thought the problem with the run was our defense, quite honestly. I didn't necessarily mind our offense, but I think they must have scored on 5 or 6 straight possessions. And we weren't out in transition. They really kind of controlled the pace of the game at that point in time. When that happened, I liked the way our guys responded and kept competing, and they kept their composure, and they just tried to move on to the next thing. And, listen, they're a really, really good team, and they've got a lot of size. They're starting to get healthy. They're all good off the dribble. They all shoot it. So you knew they're going to make a run, but I was just happy the way our guys kept their poise.
Josh had a career high tonight. He's hit threes. He drove to the basket. I mean, he's clearly playing with a lot of confidence offensively. What specifically are you seeing from him at that end?
Well, I think another big factor of the game was the turnovers tonight, right? If we can keep those under control, that's important. I thought he played just a great game tonight all the way around. I didn't love personally the amount of minutes I played him, but he was playing well. And, I just kind of kept with him. And he can recover pretty quickly if you give him some quick blows. But he was downhill. He got to the free throw line. He shot some threes. He made some really good passes. I thought in the first half he really was the catalyst. Even in plays he wasn't involved. The kick-ahead passes that helped us get on the break to create some advantages for ourselves. But, I thought all the way around he played a great game.
You knew coming into the season how you guys had to win games with this group. Obviously, preseason you probably would have wanted to see it, come to fruition more. But preseason, I guess. To do it 5 straight games, to do it so well this early, how do you sort of explain the execution of the system to this point?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the preseason was somewhat, you're trying to establish identity, but you're also trying to get guys opportunities to play. Right? So there's really not a lot of rhythm sometimes, or some guys are in, sometimes guys are out. Then you're dealing with Vooch, who had a really long summer, and you try to make sure that you're not, for him in preseason games, he's getting what he needs and what he wants. But I really think, some of it for us was guys came back 2.5, 3 weeks early before training camp. I think the playing part of it was important because it enabled us to get right to training camp and play. We played a lot of 5-on-5 in training camp. I mean, we were able to, build off of what we did last year by playing. So some of the terminology, some of the changes, and obviously in training camp you have to walk through things and you take time to do that, but we really wanted to get them playing. I thought that helped us because I felt like with our schedule, the way it was set up, we were going to need to get off to a good start, and they've done a great job working. I think we've gotten more physical. Like any team, there's things we got to get better at. But I think the physicality, the way they're competing, the mentality that they believe, which I think is very, very powerful. I think when there's belief, it's really, really powerful. And there's good connection. They've got good relationships. They all can talk to each other. I think there's a lot of positive things that they have that really go into winning. And listen, it's very early. It's 5 games, and I'm happy with the start that we've got. And quoting Vooch was just like, yeah, it's 5 games, but we got a lot more ways to go, and we can't lose sight. We just can't think, we can show up to games and just play our style of play. Our style of play requires an enormous amount of work and effort, both defensively and offensively. And if we get away from putting in that work, it's going to be very hard for us. And I think because they've been willing to do that, you see we've been a little bit more physical. We've been better defensively. We've been better rebounding, offensive rebounding. We're putting our bodies in play. We're trying to take charges. We're doing good things. But, the thing about this league is you got to come right back to New York and do it again. And then you got to go right back and do it again. And it's just in night after night after night. So I'm happy for the guys because of the work that they put in. But at the same point, too, it doesn't mean anything unless we can sustain it and keep playing, at the level. And that doesn't mean we're going to win every game by doing it, but it means you give yourself the best chance to go out there and have an opportunity to win.
Really, you've seen the work that Josh has put in on a three-pointer, especially since he's gotten here. Can Can you maybe just speak to, I guess, what you've seen from him and where you maybe see that work kind of showing up?
I think the biggest thing, Jamal, is he's taken the right ones. You know, he's taken ones where, and listen, he got up against the clock a couple times and he made a couple which were big shots for us. But I think he's taken really good shots where his feet are under him and he's set and he's able to get it off. He's always shot the ball well from the corner three. I do think from a young player's standpoint, coming all the way from Australia, I think the speed and pace of an NBA game is a lot different than probably what he had seen, so he's probably figured some of that out. I think the number of years he's had in the league, I think the amount of time and energy and effort he's put into his shooting, it's good to see him be rewarded. You know, the thing I love about Josh is he loves to play.